This is a quick-fire guide on the differences between blackball and international rules played in 8-ball pool. Number 1, the setup and the break. The setup for both rule sets are exactly the same, as you can see there. However, playing a legal break is different. In blackball rules, to play a legal break, you must either pot 1 ball or 2 balls must pass an imaginary line that connects the centre of both middle pockets. Must pass the line completely. In international rules, however, when you break, you must score 3 points. You get 1 point for every ball potted and 1 point for every ball that passes the imaginary line that connects the centre of both middle pockets. You pot 1 ball for 1 point, 2 balls pass here, that's another 2 points, 3 points in total. That is a legal break. Number 2, what happens if you foul break? In blackball rules, if you do not pot a ball or 2 balls do not pass the middle line, that is considered to be a foul break. In that instance, your opponent comes to the table and they have 3 choices. Choice 1 would be to play from where the table lies at the moment with 2 shots, 1 free shot and 1 visit. The second choice they have is to play where the table lies, but they can pick the white up and take it behind the baulk line and play from there with their 2 shots. The third choice they have is they completely re-rack and use their 2 shots from that break. So they would break off using their free shot and then their first visit would commence after that break off. Now if they pot the black off that re-racked break, they would just re-rack again and try it again. In international rules, however, if you foul break, there is only one thing that you can do. It is for your opponent to come to the table, completely re-rack the balls and break off and attempt a legal break. Number 3, potting the white off the break. In blackball rules, if you pot the white off the break, it is considered to be a standard foul. This means that your opponent comes to the table and they have ball in hand anywhere behind the baulk line with 2 shots, 1 free shot and 1 visit. In international rules, however, if you pot the white off the break, your opponent comes to the table and they have 1 shot. However, the white does have to be played anywhere behind the baulk line. Breaking off and the white leaving the table entirely, landing on the floor. In blackball rules, this is the same as potting the white off the break. It is just simply a standard foul. In international rules, your opponent would then come to the table and have ball in hand anywhere on the table. Now before, they would pot the white off the break and your opponent would receive the white in hand anywhere behind the baulk line. But if the white leaves the table entirely, your opponent can place the white anywhere on the table, anywhere at all, and they have 1 shot. Number 5, potting the black on the break. In blackball rules, if you break off and the black gets potted, you would simply re-rack and break again. You would not be penalised. This is regardless if you pot the white or pot any other ball. In international rules, however, if you pot the black off the break, the black would then come back out onto the table, onto its spot. If its spot is impeded, it would go below the spot towards the top cushion in a straight line, as close as possible to the spot. If you don't pot any other balls, you lose your turn and your opponent comes to the table. There's no foul, there's no ball in hand. However, if you pot the black off the break and a colour set, say a red, the black would come back onto the table, onto its spot as previously explained, and you would remain at the table for another shot. The table would still be open, so it would be the next colour set that is potted that you become. Number 6, nominating after the break. In this example, I have broken off and I have placed these 2 balls close together. Now in blackball rules, this does not matter. In blackball rules, you would just carry on from where you are. As you can count, there's been a couple of balls potted, so the player remains at the table and they can just pot another ball and carry on. In international rules, however, when the player addresses the table, if it is not obvious to the referee and the opponent which colour set they intend to strike first, they have to declare it. So, if I was at the table and I was aiming this way, you can clearly see opponent and referee I'm going to contact the yellow first. However, if I address the table and I'm lining up one of these two balls, it is not clear which colour set I am aiming at. I could be aiming at the red or the yellow, and my opponent and the referee may not know. So it is then my responsibility to nominate which colour set I intend to strike first. The reason you have to nominate in international rules in this situation is because you must pot the colour set you strike first in order for you to become that colour set after the break. If I play this shot and I nominate yellow, I click the red, pot and still contact the yellow and pot it, then I lose my turn and it is still an open table for my opponent to come onto the table and play. If I nominate red and I pot the red, that's fine. If I nominate the red, miss it completely, hit the yellow and pot it again, that remains an open table and I lose my turn. Number 7, playing a plant of two different colour sets to decide which colour set you will become after the break. In Blackball Rules, you don't have to nominate anything. You can play a red onto a yellow and pot the yellow and you will become yellows. That's fine. Same with vice versa. You could hit a yellow into a red, pot the red and you become reds. In international rules, however, you can only become the colour set which you strike first. So if I play this plant, the red into the yellow, and pot the yellow, I lose my turn and the opponent comes to the table with an open table. There's no foul, there's no ball in hand. If, however, we have this situation where we have a 3-ball plant, a red onto a yellow and onto a red, in international rules, because I'm striking the red first and potting the red at the end of the shot, that's fine. I would then become reds. Number 8, a standard foul. In both rule sets, potting the white, as I did there, is considered a standard foul. In Blackball Rules, when you commit a standard foul like that, your opponent would come to the table and they would have their two shots, one free shot and one visit. Their first shot must be played from behind the baulk line. If a standard foul was committed and the white was not potted, your opponent in Blackball would have the choice of playing the white from where it lies or lifting it up and playing it from behind the baulk line. In the international rules, however, if you play that shot and you pot the white accidentally, your opponent comes to the table with one shot and ball in hand anywhere on the table. Now if you commit a standard foul and you do not pot the white in international rules, your opponent would come to the table and again they would have ball in hand anywhere on the table. Number 9, declaring a snooker or a total. In Blackball Rules, I was the red, I played a safety shot to contain my opponent. My opponent would come to the table and they would have to declare a snooker. That is because in standard rules in Blackball, when you play a shot, you must contact your object ball and then a cushion, or contact your object ball and pot your object ball. If you do not contact a cushion after connecting with your object ball, that is considered a standard foul. In international rules, it is very similar. Again, when you contact your object ball, you must hit a cushion after the shot or pot one of your object balls. Otherwise, it is a standard foul. In this instance though, in international rules, you do not declare a total snooker. There's no such thing in international rules as a total snooker. So the rule still applies where you have to contact a cushion after hitting one of your object balls. It doesn't matter that you cannot see any of them. You still have to play the shot as if you can. So let's give this a try. So that shot there, perfectly legal in both rule sets, international rules. I've clipped the yellow and I've hit a cushion after hitting it. And Blackball Rules again, legal. I've clipped the yellow. I didn't have to hit a cushion, but I did. That's fine. Number 10, playing the loss of turn shot. In Blackball Rules, there is no such thing as a loss of turn shot. It's not called that. What I have done there, I have been on yellows. I have clipped my yellow and potted my opponent's red ball. In Blackball Rules, that is a standard foul. In which case, my opponent would receive for 2 shots, 1 free shot and 1 visit. They can play the white from where it lies, or they can lift it up and play it from behind the ball climb. In international rules, however, that is what you call a loss of turn shot. I will not be penalised for playing that shot. I contacted my object ball first, my yellow, and then I potted my opponent's red. That's fine. All I am doing there is surrendering the table to my opponent, and my opponent must play the white ball from where it has landed. Number 11. Playing the skill shot with your last ball and the black. In Blackball Rules, that is a perfectly legal shot. I would have won the frame with that shot. In international rules, however, that is a loss of frame foul. My opponent has just won. The reason being, I still had a colour set remaining on the table. The black ball, try and think of it as a third colour set on the table. You must clear your entire colour set first before you pot the black. And that was 11 differences between Blackball Rules and international rules.